This segment with Kevin Byard brought to you as always by ChevyDriveChicago.com, the official truck partner of the Chicago Bears. Kevin, Happy New Year's Eve.
Happy New Year's Eve to you, man. I hope you had a good holiday so far.
Absolutely, and I hope you did as well with your wife and your daughter. Hey, it's New Year's Eve and the end of a rough 2024 for the Bears. If I had told you when you signed it the Bears would be 4-12 before a game at Lambeau Field, what would you have said?
I would have definitely said that was ridiculous. I don't think anybody, myself included, would have expected the results we've had this year. It's been rough. Almost kind of happy it's coming towards the end. It's been a struggle just for, I think everybody from top to bottom, because like you said, nobody expected the results. But one thing that I'm going to do for sure, and I know the guys in the locker room is going to do, we're going to try to finish this season the right way. And win, lose, or draw. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see guys go out there and fight and show great effort and show some resiliency for sure.
Man, I am so glad you said that because personally, I would so much rather see the Bears go into the offseason with a win than a franchise record 11-game losing skid. I know you do as well, but are there enough guys in that Bears locker room who feel the same?
100%. Like we, as a team, as a group of leaders, we want to win. You know what I mean? Like I kind of spoke about this at the end of the Seattle game. Like I've never lost this much in my life. I don't. This is not nothing that's normal to me. It doesn't feel good. It's not. I've been throughout this entire losing streak every single day in the building when I'm home, almost like battling in my mind to try to, stay the course. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, like this is, like I said, this is a new learning experience for me. Like you start to, go back and forth. It's like you almost start to question certain things. Like, damn, do I care too much? You know what I mean? Because I'm super frustrated, but at the same time, knowing that the position I am, I'm not a young guy. I'm a leader. I'm an older guy in the locker room. So people are looking at me and see how the attitude that I come in the building with every day. And if I come into a building with a attitude or excuse my language, a bad attitude, then that's going to trickle down towards everybody else. So I've been trying to come in and have great attitude, have great perspective. So that's what I've been trying to do this entire year. But it's been frustrating for sure.
It's new territory, isn't it? I mean, for everyone in the locker room.
Yeah, I mean, it's something that I'm sick and tired of talking about, but, we're going to continue to talk about it until we, find a way to get a win. So, yeah, we haven't tasted victory in a long time since, we haven't tasted victory at home since, I think, Carolina, which is crazy. So, yeah, it's like I said, it's been frustrating. It's nothing new. It's been new to a lot of guys on this team. So, like I said, man, we're going to try to finish out this year the right way, and I think the right way to finish is definitely getting the win in Green Bay.
All right, final game of the season at Lambeau Field. Longest standing rivalry in the history of the NFL. One of the greatest as well. And I assume, because you were part of it, it's much like that Eagles-Cowboys rivalry. Do you appreciate rivalry games?
Oh, 100%. It kind of gives you, just something a little bit more to play for. It adds a little bit more to the game, to the preparation. But I'm also under the understanding that, and it hates to be on this side of it, but, we got to make it more competitive. I understand that, over in the past it was a little more competitive, but it hasn't been competitive the last 3 or 4 years, you know what I mean? And really longer than that. So I'm more on the aspect of we got to go out there and get a win and try to, I won't say try, but we had to make them respect us as a rival. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if I was in the building in Green Bay, if I was in Green Bay, and I know Jonathan Owens was over there, so I know the sentiment over in that locker room that, they don't really respect us as a rival, especially the players that's there now because they've been beating the Chicago Bears the last, 11 games. So we have to go out there and make them respect us as a formidable rival.
Let me ask you, Kevin. Caleb Williams said that he takes the heat for the loss against Seattle. Do you respect when your quarterback takes ownership like that? Does it resonate with the team?
Yeah, I mean, personally, I think that's expected. You know what I mean? Like, starting from the head coach to the quarterback, they're always going to take blame or responsibility for anything goes wrong. That's just the nature of the business. When anything goes wrong as far as offense, defense, special teams, situational football, the head coach is always going to say he got to do better. That's just the nature of the game. Same thing with the quarterback. If the offense doesn't put up a certain amount of points to win the game, or shoot, even if the offense does put up 30, 40 points, the quarterback's still going to go up there and say he wishes there was some things that he could have done better. So that's something that I expect from Caleb, and I think that's what he does, and it's definitely appreciated from the guys in the locker room.
All right, defense played well against Seattle. Other than that first drive where the Seahawks really ran it with ease, tell me what you hope to carry over to the Green Bay game defensively.
Yeah, I think it was the execution of the game. You know what I mean? We've been one of the best red zone defenses in the league, and I think, I just talk about that first drive. They ran the ball pretty well in that first drive, and then we was able to stop them in the red zone. Um, our group is resilient. We play hard. That's definitely never going to be in question. I think it's the execution is really just showed up on Thursday night, and I think watching that film with the team just yesterday, that was something that was just kind of just discussed that hey, when we execute and we play with the level of effort that we play with, and we combine those two things, these are the results going to happen regardless of the team. We've definitely played some of the top offenses in the league these past few weeks. So I just think that with the execution that we had on Thursday and the effort that we play with, we can compete with anybody on defense.
You are obviously focused on your team, the opponents on the Bears' schedule, but have you ever seen a division like the NFC North where three teams are at the top and arguably the three best teams in the conference?
No, absolutely not. I mean, we knew this going into the season that this was going to be easily the most competitive division in football, but I don't think anybody would have, seen or would have been able to foresee three teams having, I think, over 11 wins. That's pretty crazy. Detroit has 14. I think Minnesota has 14. Green Bay 11. That's pretty impressive. Like I said, I mean, we've been competing with these teams, and we know how really good they are, how explosive they are on offense. Um, it makes you kind of frustrated that we haven't been able to beat any of them. We definitely don't want to get swept in the division on Sunday, so we had to go out there and try to find a way to get a win against Green Bay. But like you said, I mean, these teams are very well, obviously well put together, well coached, well talented. So just looking at those three teams kind of makes you envy the successes they've had because obviously we're in the same division.
Hey, let me put you on the spot. You've got Detroit, Minnesota playing for the number one seed in the NFC. Who are you taking in that game?
I mean, if it's in Detroit, I'm probably still going to take Minnesota personally, and that's just looking at both teams. But like you said, if Detroit is able to pull out at home, I wouldn't be surprised. But I just think Minnesota's playing at a very high level overall as a team. Detroit's their offense is playing at a high level, but Detroit's defense has some injuries, still some playmakers over there. But I think the edge goes to Minnesota in this game. But I would expect it to be close though. It's going to be a high scoring game, but it's going to be close.
I hate to admit it, but the Vikings, man, I didn't see it all year long, and they have proved me wrong. All right, what are your New Year's plans?
Yeah. So me and my wife, we'll probably get some dinner. We'll go to dinner in the city tonight. I don't know if we're gonna make it to the ball drop or nothing like that, but yeah, we'll go get some dinner. Just kind of enjoy our company, enjoy each other. Reminisce a little bit on this entire year, the ups and the downs, the beauty and everything. So yeah, that'll be our New Year's plans, and then off to 2025.
You have a New Year's resolution for 2025?
Uh, Honestly, I'm not a big resolutions list guy. I always kind of use it as like an off-season list. There's always some things that I want to do. Obviously, spend more time with the family, travel more with the family this off-season. As my kids get a little older, we can move around a little bit better. I always say that I want to read more this off-season. Want to read more. I have a huge collection of books that I just kind of got piled up. I need to get to some of those. Uh, Continue to grow my relationship with God, read the Bible more, those type of things. But I don't really have like any drastic resolutions. Like obviously, I don't have any fitness goals or nothing like that. I'm probably gonna be a couch potato for the next 4 to 6 weeks. So definitely don't have none of that.
Good health, and more
Good
Bears
health.
wins, right?
Yeah, exactly. Good health, good overall health, but no crazy fitness or I'm gonna turn my whole life 180 or nothing like that, man. Just a couple things that I like to try to do in the off season.
I hear you. Kevin, Happy New Year to you and the family, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Oh, I really appreciate it, man. You guys have a happy New Year's.